Okay, so let's keep plowing away at our project Watershed. I've got Pro open, okay, and you can definitely turn off terrain. If you had a good well, just leave it here, but definitely uncheck it, all right? And now we are going to look for a base map, but this map will be clipped to our watershed boundary, and we can clip it here. It doesn't have to be as super precise as the terrain is. Okay, so the way we're going to do that is double click on our map, and under map properties we're going to come to clip layers. Okay, and we're going to clip to an outline, and we're going to choose our watershed. And if it says this, don't worry about it. Okay, we're just going to be clipping a base map. Now let's go to our portal. Okay, and once again our friend the living atlas. And what we're going to search for is called the USGS National Topographic. Let's just put that in there. Okay, there it is. Okay, so we'll just right click on that and choose Add to Current Map. All right. Now this isn't so great. There's a lot of labels on it. It's really a bit messy. All right, so we'll leave it there for a bit of reference, and we're gonna uncheck that. And now I would like, let's see if there's anything else in the world of USA topo maps. I don't think that's gonna help us either. Ah, that is perfect. Oh, that is so, I've never seen this one before. Okay, so we found it. What I want you to do is, if you don't see it here, just type in USA Topo Maps. I want to make sure that you're able to find this. I've actually never seen this layer before. And normally it looks like that, so maybe it's because it's at a different scale. Okay, you didn't. So what I want to do is pretend I'm you, go into the portal, project, and let's just type in USA Topo. And let's be real precise with these guys with that underscore. Topo maps. Okay, good. So add that one, and really, boom, that's all we need. That is awesome. So I had this other one in here called the environment map, and let's give that, it could give us a little bit of color. So we're gonna, let's right click on this guy, remove him. Now I do want you to type in environment map. Okay. Oh, jeez. All right. Why they don't just, this is very strange. I don't know who came up with their search algorithm. Environment map. I don't think it's this environment base. That's, oh, well, that's why we couldn't find it. Dr. Plummer. Oh my God. Okay, so let's export the environment map first. And that is something that we can make look really pretty in Photoshop. Okay. Remember, Photoshop can't do what we're doing here. I mean, they can't stream in that kind of terrain data and everything, but Esri can't do what Photoshop can when it comes to graphic design. So again, it's good to know which tool can do what better and use them appropriately. Okay, so we're going to go up to share, export layout, still have everything the way it needs to be. Let's click on this guy, and I am going to call this, I'm going to move this over, and I want to call this Enviro Base. Click OK, and I will click. Oh, now this time, oh, easy cowboy. This time we want to remove the layout background, okay? And now we will export that. Okay, good deal. Everything good to go. Now I'm going to turn off Enviro and turn on USA Topo. That is so awesome. And we are going to click on this guy, and we're going to call it USA Topo. Hit enter, and make sure you're going to remove that. LZ, all good. Export. Okay, those exported pretty quickly. Now, one of the things that we're going to depict in our rendering, and it's going to look really cool, is, remember, a watershed catches all of the rainfall that lands on it, okay? Nothing comes in to a watershed except rain. Because remember, all of this whole border is a ridge, okay? It's a ridge, and so anything on the other side of this ridge line is going to go into another watershed, okay? I knew that in my head, but it wasn't until I did this project that I really knew it in my heart. And you're going to see that when we do 3D. It's pretty cool. Because yes, all the water on the ridgeline goes to the other side, and on our side it goes in here. So no water enters your watershed except through rainfall. However, there is a point where your water leaves the watershed. And you really have two options. It either goes into another watershed, in the form of a river, okay? And so that is one way that water can get in here. But the other option is, and many of you have this, is that you, your water is going directly into the ocean, okay? And so we want to depict that here in our material. Okay, and so that's the last thing we're going to need to import and export, and this is going to be the National Hydrography data set. So what I want you to do is come up to the portal, click on this guy, and choose NHD, type in NHD. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff in here. Major rivers, I tried that one. Okay, here it is, National Hydrography Dataset Plus version. Now there's also a high resolution version of that. You don't want to add that. Okay, so when you add this to the current map, what you need to do as soon as it pops in is turn it off, okay? And double click on your map, and we want to exclude this layer from clipping, okay? So we're gonna check that, hit OK, all right? And now what we're gonna do is twirl it open. We're gonna turn off sinks, okay? And we're gonna right click on, we're gonna turn off water bodies, okay? And before we turn this layer on and activate flow lines, I want us to click on non-network, and we're not gonna symbolize that. And anything, this first symbology here as well, we're not going to symbolize that. It just takes far too long. In fact, we'll try this one. Okay, so now make sure your screen looks like this, and click on your NHD, and it will take some time to generate all of this data. So I'm going to hit pause, and you'll know it's finished when the wheel stops turning. Okay, mine's taking far too long. Okay, so I unchecked it. What we're going to do here is find another layer for flow lines that may flow a little easier. And so we are going, before we turn on water bodies, right click on it and choose symbology. Okay, and come up here to the symbology tab, go to more and choose format all symbols. Okay, and then go, what we're going to do is we are going to make them all empty. Okay, and so what I suggest you do, I actually made an empty symbol, but why don't you outline them with one point and then come over to properties and drop that point off. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are only going to let's just do the rivers first. Okay, so you can click on this and let's choose a nice shade of blue, Atlantic blue, larkspur blue. I like that. Okay, so what the heck happened? All right, let me go back to this guy. I guess I have to go through here first. So what we're gonna do, let's do this rivers and streams first. Click on him. Oh, that's the outline color. God, okay. Back to larkspur blue. Sorry guys, I was up late trying to figure this out. Okay, now let's get some larkspur going. Okay, so turn this on and the wheels are rolling. Okay, so we got a little something in there. That's as much as it's going to give us. So let's go up to share, export layout. Okay, and we are going to call this rivers and streams. Okay, make sure remove layout background is checked. Okay, and export this guy. This one may take a little while. Okay, not too bad actually for me. All right, now let's go back to symbology. Okay, and let's click on this fella and we will give him a no fill. Okay, and now we are going to choose lakes, ponds, and reservoirs. Just click in here. And let's not make the same mistake again. We are going to go down to our larkspur blue. Nice. Okay. Now we're talking. This is going to give us what we need. Okay. So let's head on up to share. Okay. There should be an export tab down there, and we will call this one lakes, rivers, and streams. Yeah, just call this lakes. I don't like those long names in Photoshop. Okay, make sure the remove layout background is checked, and I'm gonna close out of this video and hit export, and then I will see you in the next one. And in fact, once your file exports successfully, save your project, okay, and then you can close out of GIS. And I would give yourself a break before we move into Photoshop, okay? Take a well-deserved breather. All right, see you in the next one.